This LS430 has 365,000 miles on it. I just replaced the shocks in a prior video, and then our radiator started leaking from the top and dripping down. I'm going to show you how to replace it with a Denso OEM style radiator. Where to find it at super cheap. This one was only 130 bucks, and you can save a lot off of Lexus retail pricing. So we'll get into it. I'll show you how to do it. Step one, jack up the front of the car as high as you can. You're gonna need to get a bucket under here, right where the radiator drain is. That's where all your coolant's gonna go. You're gonna keep it and then recycle it if it's new. Secondly, you gotta take off this intake, which is mounted up here. There should be two little plastic clips, push pin clip style. So you pull the middle section out and then it comes out. Third step, what we wanna do is remove the radiator cap. This is going to allow it to drain faster. Fourth step, you're going to have to either remove the bottom shroud, the dust shield or cover on the bottom, or access the drain plug. I was able to reach my arm down in here and unscrew the plug. Now we have some coolant draining. It is a little bit slow. I had it open further, but it leaked kind of down and right there. So you might have to play with the plug a little bit so we'll get a little bit more flow. But after this drains down, you can remove this upper radiator hose, these two brackets here, 12mm nut, boom, unplug your fans, and you're pretty close. I think then I'd recommend removing the coolant hose upper from the thermostat housing, because you can have access to it right here, and then lift the whole thing straight up. But we'll get there. ECU fuse box port, cooling port, set that aside, and that's it. We'll see if we have to remove anything else, like this air box, to get clearance to get it out of here, but we'll see. Anytime I'm taking stuff apart, I like to get in there and really clean it. Like this valve cover, looks like it's been leaking for many years. So we're going to soak everything down simple green, pressure wash it, and I think what I'm going to do is also flush the power steering fluid. You can either do that here. You could pop this off of the pump, let everything just drain out, and then fill it up. Or you could access it here at the cooler, or where the line loops around, and basically just take one of these two off, because one's going to be, coming this way or going that way. You got to figure out which way is which, and then hook your hose on to a drain pan, crank over the car, and then everything will kind of pump out, and then you can put new stuff in. So either way, whatever you feel like doing, but take the time. Just clean spots like this just going to make your life easier in the future when you're going to change that gasket, and have everything kind of a clean slate to work on. So this is almost drained. We got the air box out, obviously, and it looks like we have enough room now just to lift everything straight up once we get this hose off, and then this one. And then we'll swap everything from the old one to the new radiator. A little bit of pressure washing, night and day difference. Now we can see easily where any new leaks are, because there's not ages of grime like down there. I'm assuming the valve covers need to be changed on this one, but clean slate for working. Radiator is drained, so now we can pull these two hoses off and lift the assembly out and do a little bit more pressure washing. Hoses are off. Only thing left we need to do is these two auto trans cooler lines. You can probably do it from the top. So I'd remove this one first, right there, and then there's a little clamp right there you can probably grab from up top. Otherwise, you can remove the splash shield and do it from the bottom. Either way. Got the radiator out here. And the back side, pretty dirty. The foam's all messed up. A lot of dust and debris. So we gotta switch everything from here to the new one. It looks like there's just a few bolts that hold this whole shroud. That should swap over. And on the car side, Again, just more cleaning, pressure washing. We'll try to spray the AC condenser from the outside in, blow anything out, and then try to clean the splash shield and frame with the pressure washer from in here. Next thing I feel that's going to happen right after I do this is the alternator. I just feel like the alternator is pretty much on its last leg. It looks like there's no way that can be original, but it looks pretty old. So I feel like I'm going to be doing the alternator next. So let's spray this down. That looks pretty good to me. We're pretty clean. All that grime and nastiness is gone, and like I said, just makes it a little bit cleaner and a little bit more better, happier situation next time you work on the car. Radiator side by side, everything looks good, everything matches up. So I'm gonna swap the stuff over. And it's all swapped. Very easy, just a bunch of bolts. And then the only thing, the new one doesn't have foam, so you either have to salvage the old foam or potentially buy foam. I don't know if they sell, I'm assuming they sell the foam separately. But that's unfortunate. We have to pull the radiator again to put that on, but I'll look into that and see what the options are. But that's it. Now it goes back in, we fill it back with coolant, and we'll move on to the power steering system. And what I'm planning on doing here is, so the bottom, let's see here, this line on top comes from back here, the rack. So this is going to be pushed back into the reservoir, and then this is pulled into the pump. So what we want is this line. So this bottom one, fluid is basically, if you picture an arrow that way, coming through the rubber hose. So what we need to do is disconnect the hose from this side and then put on our own hose, like a drain hose, and then run that out and drain it out. Yeah, that would be the easiest. So pull this off, then we need a hose to go on there. And then we're going to crank the car over and pump out the old fluid and then replenish it. Keep pumping until we get our good fluid out of there. Alright, so we got our hose hooked up to the drain. You can see it coming out a little bit. What I'm going to do is crank the car over and purge all of the old power steering fluid. Let's see if this works. Yep, that looks like it worked. So I'm going to keep doing that. Alright, just wrapping everything up. We've got the plug here for the fans. It's this black one that connects to the car. You leave these gray ones alone. This is all filled up. We're going to monitor our reservoir tank, make sure that's at full. So, heat cycle the car, make sure that's correct, and then you're good to go. Everything's back on. Now we move on to our Idemitsu, or however you want to say it. This link is in the description. My Amazon store. I use this on all Toyotas and Lexus. This is the awesomest, best power steering fluid there is. If you use ATF, you may get squealing or groaning at very cold temperatures. I believe this is factory fill power steering fluid for Toyotas, Hondas, Lexus, all that stuff. Premium OE power steering fluid. You can read all about it. You can peel this back, and what does this say? Oh, not much. Just the logo, and then some more information here, precautions in different languages. But yep, so we're just going to keep on cranking the car and draining out what's in there, and then adding more to the reservoir until what comes out of here is clear. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I won't have any more problems with the LS. I actually want to drive this thing. We got new tires on. We got the new shocks up front, OEM, and I just want to enjoy it. That is my hope and desire. Click the like, subscribe, and notification bell to get more videos. That thing I still haven't driven yet this year, so it's like a once-a-year thing. But yeah, we still got more JDM stuff coming. Check out the video on the Toyota Century. Looks like it's going to be going on Cars and Bids shortly, so if you want it, let me know or watch for it on there. Thanks. See ya.